Do you know what? Despite my inability to speak well or read well in public, Woll still chose me to be his best man. And I thought marrying Claire meant that Woll had finally started to make good decisions in his life. Woll did give me a brief about writing my speech, and that was to be amusing and dazzle them with your wit. The trouble is that I'm not at all funny, so the best I can do is dazzle you with the light that might reflect off my head during the speech. When Woll asked me to be his best man, I immediately started to worry about the speech, so I looked at the internet for some ideas. With resources at my fingertips, I began Googling away. After a couple of hours, I found some really good stuff, but then remembered I was supposed to be looking for best man tips and had to delete them. The first jobs I found I should do is compliment the bride, bridesmaids, and mother of the bride on how amazing they look. But being the kind of guy I am, I'd like to remind Lloyd, the ushers, and Paul that my room is room 3. The next thing, to tell you how I met Woll. Well, 10 years ago in 2002, 2 fresh-faced young lads turned up at Litchfield Barracks, ready to be broken down and remoulded into model soldiers who knew the ins and outs of their trade. About half an hour later, me and Woll rocked up. Being ex-army comrades, there is nothing I wouldn't do for Woll, and likewise, there is nothing Woll wouldn't do for me. In fact, we spend most of our time doing nothing for each other. Another best man's tradition is to make the speech last the length of time it takes a groom to make love on the wedding night. As we walked in here tonight, Claire insisted on giving me a list of do's and don'ts for my speech. So if you could just give me a sec. In all the years I've known Woll, no one has ever questioned his intelligence. In fact, no one has ever mentioned it at all. To give you an idea, I was talking to Lloyd earlier, and he was talking about early memories of Woll. He said that Woll was a bit of a slow starter at play school. He was different to all the other 5-year-olds. He was 11. I know at some point when you get some peace and quiet together, you will both sit down to open your wedding gift. And being a wedding, I'm sure there'll be quite a bit of silver in there. But Claire, you don't need to worry, as the other night when we were over yours, Jace taught Woll how to polish silver. Well, I think that's what he was doing, because when I walked past your bedroom, I heard Jace say, "Woll, no, you have to spit on it first." So Woll and Claire, you've got some good jobs, a lovely house, and now you're married, for better or for worse, which is very appropriate as Woll. You couldn't have done any better. Claire, well. Joking aside, I'd like to say how sincerely pleased that I am that you've tied them up. I know I've told you before, but once more won't hurt. Woll, you're the best mate anyone could wish for. I can't imagine a world where you and Claire are not together and blissfully happy. I mean, if you just look at them, their love is pure and simple. Claire is pure. I just have a couple of messages to read out from people who couldn't make it today. Dear Claire, I wish you and Woll all the best on your wedding day, but we'll never forget the love we had for each other. All the best, Brad Pitt. And Woll, we hope to keep in touch with you now you are married. You have always been one of our best customers. Love from everyone at Hooters and Spearmint Road. Woll, how lucky are you? You leave here today gaining a wife who is warm, loving, caring, funny, and who radiates kindness everywhere she goes. And Claire, how lucky are you? You leave here today gaining a beautiful dress and some flowers. Well, just remember there are two main secrets to a happy marriage. When you're in the wrong, admit it, and when you're in the right, shut up.
Yeah.
I know it's been quick, but I'd just like to end by wishing Woll and Claire every happiness for their future lives together. I know it'll be a long and happy marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding. Raise your glasses to love, to laughter, to happy ever after, to the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.